Hi everyone, it is Zigzag here. Welcome back to Geoguessr Explained, and I got a very special video today because I'm joined by Addlama, who is one of, if not the best, Mexico players in the world on Geoguessr. And yeah, I'll get you to introduce yourself, Addlama, and tell us a little bit about this doc that you've created here.
Hey guys, I'm Addlama. I've been playing Mexico for the past, I'd say 6 months now, so I've really got it into it. I was inspired by, Rainbow always guessing CDMX on every round, and I thought, surely we can do better than that. So I made a really large document with a lot of information about it, focus on vegetation, architecture metas, that kind of thing. And yeah, so I just wanted, it's a great opportunity now to kind of get that information out in the open as much as we can. So yeah, happy to be here. And
Dude,
thanks for having me on.
It's going to be great. I mean, I think many people will have seen this doc, but there's a difference between, as you said to me earlier privately, there's a difference between a doc existing and a doc being kind of explained and being made public. So
Yeah, right.
let's just jump into some things here. It's like an 80-page document here. So you think you're going to point out some of the things that you thought were most useful or something like that before we get into some games?
Yeah. I just thought maybe we could emphasize like 5 or so metas that I think the whole community should be aware of, because they're super useful. Maybe some people know about these, but certainly some of them I discovered when I was writing the doc. So, okay, the first one, if you're on the doc right now,
Yeah, I am.
would actually you just go to under agaves. It says pulque agave. That would be the first one. Just inside. Yeah.
So this is this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the first meta I think people should be aware of. And basically, you're going to see this on a lot of rounds. I'd say like, I don't know, 20% of all rounds or something, or maybe 10%.
Yeah.
It's pretty common. And you can just see the distribution there. And it's basically always around CDMX, this plant, whenever you see it, especially when you see it spammed in like groups. It's very, very consistent.
Is it ever cultivated?
Yes, so you do see large fields of it being cultivated as well,
Okay.
and yeah, you kind of distills a form of alcohol out of this plant, which is the case with a lot of agaves as well.
Right.
That's just trivia, but
Interesting.
so yeah, that's the first one. If you see a lot of, and you can see how it looks. It's kind of got green leaves. You'll get used to it once you've seen it a few times. It's unmistakable.
We'll keep an eye out when we play for sure.
Yeah. So the second is the blue agave, which is the next one right there. This is an extremely useful one. So when you see these blue fields of blue agave, and this is actually also called tequila agave. So this is where tequila comes from. This agave.
Didn't know that.
And yeah, kind of cool trivia. And this is basically always in the west of the Central Valley, so near Jalisco, basically.
We have a map here.
If you've seen that.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. So you can ignore that kind of weird patch to the east, but basically it's always near Jalisco, and it's a really good meta for that area.
Okay, nice. So that's around Guadalajara's Jalisco, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Just the kind of that western area.
Gotcha. Okay, nice. And they're pretty different from one another. It also seems to be a bit bigger as well, I would say, right?
Yeah, the fields certainly are more expansive. I think that's fair to say. And but you can tell they're instantly distinguishable from one another. Just by color. One of them is blue, exactly. One of them, the other one's green. It's just it's plain to see. Okay, the next meta we could go over is if you scroll down in the sidebar.
Yep.
We can see it eventually. Keep going. We'll just that one, Boojum tree.
Tree. What?
Just above palm. Just above palms.
I gotcha.
Okay, so this is one of the best. Oh, my dog. This is one of the best, relatively unknown metas, I would say, to GeoGuessr people at least. Botanists know about this.
Yeah.
So this is only in Baja California, and not Baja California Sur.
Okay.
And this is, as far as I'm aware, this is a virtual 100% meta. So if you see this, it will never be in Baja California. So I haven't seen a single counterexample.
Right.
Also, just look at how insane that plant is.
Yes, very memorable. That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a tentacle or something straight out of an alien planet. Like, it's just completely bizarre.
Yeah, facts.
Nice. So yeah, instantly memorable, extremely useful as well.
So what percentage of Baja rounds would you say have this one show up?
Well, I mean, because there's only really 3 roads or so covered in the southern half. So this is present basically in the southern half of Baja California.
Yep.
So it's not near Mexicali, kind of Tijuana, that
Yeah.
kind of area,
Yeah.
but the southern half instead. So, I mean, it's not that common, but once you've seen it, it's basically you can guarantee that it's correct.
Mhm.
And
I was just kind of thinking, if you're like in a Sonora Baja 50/50, you shouldn't be thinking like, oh, I don't see one of those, so I'll go Sonora. You know, it's more like just if you see it type of deal.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
kind of, because if you don't see it, then it probably won't be Baja California anyway, because they tend to be present in areas where there's a lot of other cactus. So there's cactus, for example, called cardon, which is very common in Baja California, the whole peninsula, and so. I mean, we'll go into this in the round. This is also covered in the doc, but just to be brief, we won't cover it here. But yeah. So basically, you can. Yeah, what you're saying is correct. You can use it kind of as an inverse. You can use it as an inverse.
Okay, you can use it as an inverse
well.
meta. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's the cardons there.
There, yes. That's a bad image of it, but we'll get into that in the game.
For sure.
We'll
for
get
sure.
that.
For sure.
Okay, the next meta is, if you scroll down, or we'll just this one you may have heard of. Yeah, keep going a bit more. Red soil, Zacatecas red fields. That would be the one I want to cover.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, this is such a good meta.
Yeah.
I think maybe people know about this, that there's a lot of red soil in Zacatecas. But what is particularly distinguishable about Zacatecas is that the red field, the red soil kind of is present in agricultural fields, and they kind of spread out in a very large expanse across the state, and it's just instantly recognizable when you see it, and very consistent.
So this is one I feel like I intuitively knew but never heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right, yeah. So I mean, it's just one of the metas. When you look into Mexico, you just find it instantly.
Right.
Okay, and then I'll go over poll meta for you.
Let's do that.
If you keep
Polls,
going.
infrastructure. Poll, yeah.
So what's the best poll meta here? Mexico City poll is actually really good. Just the second last one.
Ooh.
So this is definitely not known by people, and it's virtually a 100% meta. So this poll is, I actually have written it wrong there. I've said that it's in state of Mexico and Hidalgo, but it's also in CDMX. So, but not that matters much, because
they're all pretty close.
So the distinguishing characteristic of this poll is two things: the insulators. Notice how they're kind of like a bell or something. I don't know how to describe it. And also the fact that it's asymmetrical. And when you have these two characteristics, that's when you know that you have this poll, and that it will be in one of those two states always.
Okay,
so
very nice.
Very consistent.
That's a sick one.
Okay. And now there's one bonus meta I want to show you right at the end of the document. Not the Eiffel Tower, because that's just a joke, but the Chihuahuan Cross.
Chihuahuan Cross. Okay, here we are.
Yes. So this is kind of one of my favorites, because when you see this Columbia-like cross in Mexico, it's always the state of Chihuahua.
Wow.
And there's only one exception that I know of, but it's kind of a troll exception, because it's a road that goes from Chihuahua into Durango and then back into Chihuahua.
Right, gotcha. It's a consistent meta. That's nice.
Yes, very rare. You won't. I don't think we'll see it today, but it's just. I just wanted to show that.
So, what proportion of Chihuahuan signs are actually cross variant? Would you say?
It's a pretty rare meta. That's why I was just including this at the end of the doc as well.
But those 100% ones are really so valuable.
Yeah, exactly. It is 100%. You see this, it will be in Chihuahua. Great meta.
And guys, of course, I'll have this doc linked so you guys can go check out all this stuff. I mean, we've just covered a little bit now, but there are so many nice metas here, honestly. 90 pages of them, so yeah, go check it out. So is there any more you want to cover, or shall we maybe more get into games and then we can jump back over to the doc if there's something related?
I think that'll be best if we just get into games. Up to you though.
Beauty. No, that's good with me. Okay, so let's get into some games now. We just played a couple off camera as well, getting into the groove of things, and now we're going to hit it and see what kind of state streak we can get, and any high scores, or just learning, mainly.
Let's do it.
Ooh, bit of a almost Texas pavement here, which is interesting. Definitely noticing that off rip. Here's the pole top.
Interesting.
Wait, is that kind of like coastal kind of bulbs on the insulators here, or is that a bit different?
I think it is. I think it is. And I mean, just tell me what you think this is, but I'll mention the context for why that's there as
Mm.
well. I'm not actually sure, to be honest, but
Okay, so if I was combining the fact that we have Texas-y pavement, so like thinking more like towards Tamaulipas or something, with that pole tops, then maybe I could be thinking of like maybe like even here. But if I was going purely landscape, I must say that it kind of looks maybe more like Campeche or something like that with the whiteness, the rockiness, and the kind of low vegetation. So I actually think maybe I would let that dictate my guess more so and go there. But I guess kind of East Coast would be my second thought. What do you think?
I think Yucatan Peninsula is definitely correct here.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason is we have these kind of white trees. I don't know what you would call them. Like they're not as dense as you would see in like Quintana Roo or something like that, but mainly to the north, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, look at those
Yeah,
kind
these
of.
ones
They're
here.
called gumbo limbo trees, and they're quite common in the Yucatan Peninsula, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in terms of which Yucatan state, I definitely just lean towards Yucatan itself here.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is it's generally flat. Okay, there is a bit of an undulating landscape to the south, but
Slightly, yeah.
it's very light.
Mm-hmm.
Now on the pole, I would say, so you do get, they are called coastal insulators because you get them across the entire coast. So
Mm-hmm.
any state with a coastline, it can be possible to see them
Mm.
there, really.
Real interesting.
So yeah, Yucatan is obviously a state with a coastline, so you can get it there. I mean, you would never mistaken this for Michoacan, hopefully.
Yeah, true.
Just
Yeah,
so
very different landscapes for sure.
but yeah, the white trees are definitely leading me much more towards Yucatan itself over the other states.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's send it in, shall we?
Yeah. But yeah, okay. It
just
was
over
good.
the
Well, yeah,
tower.
that's why we have the white trees. But I thought there weren't enough of them. But sure, that's fine.
Yes, those kind of spindly white trees, more of a Quintana Roo thing. Okay, good score,
Yeah,
Skill.
yeah. And I guess it was hilly as well.
We have a repeat.
Okay.
yeah,
Oh no way, we got this before.
yeah. Off camera. How many locations does this map have?
I thought it has like 100,000, which is extremely wow to get a repeat.
It was Progresso. I remember it.
Yeah, it was. And so the clue.
Yeah,
I
so we
mean,
have the
maybe you can just say,
CDMX.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we actually clicked the right town the first time as well, believe it or not.
Yes, we did. Yes.
We had the CDMX kind of uneven Indonesian style pole top here.
Interpol, yeah.
And then also, so I was immediately calling out that, yeah, like I recognize that it should be like Hidalgo or CDMX or Mexico State.
Yep.
Then
Pole, yeah.
Addlama was mentioning to me that we have this canal here, which would make you lean Hidalgo over the other two. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's pretty much it. Just like kind of green vibes. We got the corn, but really, as we mentioned in the intro, you only need that. So let's get the 5K here. Oh, no. We were close last time.
Yeah.
Whoops.
We actually were blindly we were close. And the canal is actually quite a good meta. So when you know that you're near CDMX, if you see a canal, Hidalgo is almost certainly the state that you should send. Of course, you can get canals elsewhere, but just if you know you're in CDMX, you have a CDMX pole, just always click Hidalgo, I would say.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's move forward. Very tall poles here. So these are wooden, I think, yes.
We do have some wooden poles.
Yes, some of them are wooden. So that is, well, especially with the dry landscape, that's definitely making me think we're quite far north here. It's also kind of hard to tell what color they are. They're not the typical brown ones that, you see normally on like the Californian border, although we still could be there, I guess. Although we have a lot of golden grass, which I think in the doc kind of says it's more like this kind of region here, right? So
Yeah. Let's. What does the sign say? Just out of interest.
yeah, let's check it out. Not that one.
No, the big sign. Yeah, the PT. What does it say? Oh, yeah. Does it say?
Some
No, it says like
some political thing, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
Or maybe a radio show or something.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a pretty hard one. I mean, okay, can we get this? Probably. Let's look. Let's do a deep. Maybe just zoom in really deep into the distance there. What do we have? Okay. What about look at the mountains? Maybe look at the hills there. To the left as well.
Do we have any more? Just these ones.
Yeah, just those hills as well. Okay. I mean, okay, so we have that pole over there, which is the electricity poles here. Are they wooden or are they concrete?
Yeah, so that one looks like it might even be concrete, I think. But this one to me seemed wooden. I'm actually not 100% sure here. It could be all concrete.
These are hard. Yeah, these are hard to tell.
Wouldn't be
Okay,
surprised if it
well-
was all concrete actually, but initially they looked wooden.
Yeah, so I would rule. Okay, so of the northern states, I would rule out like the northeast. It doesn't look anything like the northeast, but we do have golden grass, which is making me think Coahuila is a good option. I think Coahuila is a pretty good option here, all things considered, just because of the golden grass. And this is a very nondescript route, so you're not going to see much else. I almost thought it could be Baja, but maybe Baja North. But
We do have a haze here on the camera, which would fit for that.
Right. Yeah, it might be Baja North. This is a strange round, but the golden grass makes me think more Coahuila.
Yeah, right. We have a palm there, by the way. Could be helpful.
Oh, is that okay? Then maybe it is Baja North. Then is that a Mexican fan palm? I think it could be.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I would assume palm's kind of uncommon in Coahuila anyway, right?
Yes, that'd be unusual.
Yeah.
I wish I knew if that pole was concrete or wooden. I can't tell.
True. Do we see any because it's actually blurred here? You can see the whole thing's kind of blurred. Inconveniently,
Yeah.
It looks like there's a bit of a grain to it. I really thought it was
maybe it is
wooden initially.
wooden. No, maybe we can go Baja then. Who knows?
I think it's
this
good.
is a tough one. Very rarely you get rounds that are difficult in the north.
Right. What I was going to say as well, in terms of rumble strips, is that at all regional, or should you see that in the whole country? Right.
I think you randomly see them in the whole country, as far as I know.
Sure.
I don't,
Okay. Shall we send it in then?
Yeah.
See if I'm correct about that. Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So it was a wooden pole, which makes a lot of sense.
Yes. I mean, they were really tall, so that does make sense. Yes.
Yeah, and that will always be when you get those bait rounds that almost look like the rest of the desert, right, in Baja, it'll always be like North Baja, California.
Yes.
The rest of the peninsula looks very different.
For sure.
That
makes sense because it's bone dry down here, whereas that one had kind of a lot of golden grass and everything. So good little bait kind of area to keep in mind.
Exactly, and you get a lot of cacti the further you go down. A lot of really interesting plants.
I think it's one of the driest or hottest areas in the world. I think, right? So.
I think so. Yeah. No wonder you get so many. Okay, this is a decent. Yeah.
Okay, so greenfield over here is the first thing I noticed because it kind of sticks out compared to the rest of the round. Also, some fruit trees here. Now, I recall in the doc, which of course will be linked in the description, that this kind of area had a lot of fruit. Maybe Sinaloa, or was it Southern Sonora, or something like that?
You do get fruit trees there, but okay, the main fruit tree areas in Mexico are so in Veracruz. This is never Veracruz, obviously, but there's a city in the north of Veracruz called Poza Rica, and so there's a lot of fruit trees in that kind of area. And the other one is Nayarit in the west. There's a lot of fruit trees there. Now, this is neither of them. Because,
too dry.
Yes. Like, look at how dry that mountain is.
Yeah.
You can almost see there's a complete absence of vegetation on it, right?
Yes.
What about the other hill that's kind of, not that one, but kind of to the north?
Yeah, this is also completely bone dry, huh?
So when you see, it almost looks like a Lesothoan hill, don't you think? Like,
the ridge on the top, sure.
So I would say that's quite a good meta for Chihuahua in general.
Okay, that's a good one.
When you see these bone dry mountains, and it's so I would lean Chihuahua.
We also have a fair amount of like kind of golden grass or kind of just longer weed kind of stuff growing on the side of the road here. But okay, the fruit trees you do see there then.
Yes, so fruit trees, you can get them randomly in the whole country. But definitely the hotspots are the places I mentioned. And also, you do get them in those areas you mentioned, well, Sonora. I've seen them there. Less Sinaloa, more Sonora. I need to kind of update that part of the doc because my understanding was a bit primitive when I wrote it. But
we all like realize that half of our minutes are fake once we play a lot more.
with time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'll definitely go Chihuahua here.
Okay, nice. Let's see. Do you have a region call out
not
here?
Not Koihula.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Chihuahua. Sorry.
Do I have a region call? Okay. Well, the Dryad is that makes me. The Dryad is the more north as a general rule. So I'll go maybe just north of where it says Chihuahua, something like that.
Okay, sure. Let's go.
There's no real coverage there. A bit more west, like where the roads are.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Sure.
Stay streak. We'll take it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, Gen 2. One of the first Gen 2s we've had. We played for a while before. No Gen 2s, I think. Or just about none.
Yeah.
So Gen 2, as far as I remember, let me try and actually remember this now.
Yep.
Very common on the Texas border. I remember that.
Yes.
I feel like there's one state in here that has it quite a bit as well. Does Jalisco have a bit or something like that? Can't remember.
Okay, so it's the Texas border is a good start. And then Guerrero is quite commonly endowed with Gen 2, you could say.
Yes.
And then the southern tip of Baja Sur.
Yeah, that's right.
Is very
La Paz like area, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty well known. And then Sinaloa as well has quite a lot of Gen 2.
Okay, Sinaloa Gen 2. Forgot about that. Okay, interesting.
Those are the main areas, I would say. But this, I mean, tell me what you think this is. I feel like you might get this.
I noticed we had some prickly pears. But I probably, out of all the ones mentioned, feel like Texas border is working quite nicely here. The trees seem to be quite similar.
Yeah.
And also what I noticed is that it's quite flat, and that area is actually kind of surprisingly flat, right? It looks like, because there's so much like variation in the color that there's going to be mountains, but you zoom in and there's kind of like not too much going on. So
I am very much thinking that as well. I mean, it looks like Texas. Maybe you don't need any more metas other than that. It just looks like Texas.
Yeah,
and yes, Gen 2 is more concentrated towards it. Now, the other thing I'll mention, now that I'm noticing a lot more metas, there's prickly pear now. This is quite useful for region guessing within this area. If you notice that there's prickly pear, there's a general rule. There's more prickly pear, much more prickly pear in Nuevo Leon, and kind of that area north of that kind of fake Tamaulipas area that should belong to Nuevo Leon for some reason. It's in Tamaulipas. Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who drew those borders? They're worse than African borders.
True. I never saw that.
Yeah. So that kind of central region of the northeast is where you get the most prickly pear. And now you do get quite a lot in Coahuila as well. But generally speaking, you lean against kind of the easternmost portion of the northeast, I would say, with prickly pear.
Surely this is in this section here.
Sure. Let's just go for it. Why not? Like,
this is a Giga Chad move, bro.
Exactly.
No.
Okay. Wow. Well, I was wrong that time, but as a general rule, that still works. I would say.
This area is still very close to Texas, so I mean,
yes, yeah,
working quite nicely still. 19K.
Yeah, it does work.
Can't complain about that. All right.
That's definitely a trustworthy matter, the prickly pear, but unfortunately, it didn't work that one.
Yep. Okay. Very nice start here. Let's just jump in again.
Yep.
And what are we? A state streak of 2 here. Okay. So this is very dry once again.
Ooh,
and I was saying like the north is so much more important to learn just because of the amount of kilometers you can drop. Whereas if you get the Yucatan or Eastern vibe, then you're never going to drop too many points, at least in comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, I see something.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, so we have these ones which centers around Jalisco, but we have the kind of Zacatecas soil color maybe. So maybe, I don't know. It's quite red here, but maybe not. What do you think?
It's just a practicing. Once you've seen the Zacatecas red fields, you'll be able to distinguish them every time.
It's deeper red.
It's a deeper red. It's flatter. It's very distinguishable once you've seen it a couple of times. This is you get red soil in Jalisco as well.
Sure.
So I would almost certainly say, given that we have tequila agaves and they're in a cultivated kind of field, this should just be Jalisco. Now, in terms of where in Jalisco, you generally speaking, these agave fields are more central in Jalisco, like nearer to Guadalajara. South of Guadalajara, however, it can be quite hilly. So I would maybe go east of Guadalajara. So they're kind of like where you are, maybe a bit further east.
Sure
that
thing.
kind of region.
This is interesting because I think a lot of people would maybe try and click like all the way up here and around like this.
Right. Yes.
It is very dry, and we did talk about how Guadalajara does have a lot of dry coverage, but I mean, say this field wasn't there, how would you get Guadalajara here?
Oh, well, that'd be a lot more difficult. But the first thing you have to look for in a round like this is architecture, because Guadalajara and Jalisco is very notable for the amount of red brick that it uses. So if there's any red brick, it'd be nice. I don't know if there is. So
Appears we probably are too like agricultural here to see any residential stuff, but yeah.
yeah, unfortunate. Other than that, there's probably something. Red soil in
Yeah, the red
general.
soil. Yeah.
Is more, it is more western. But as I mentioned to you before, the main areas are like Zacatecas, Michoacan, Oaxaca. Those are the main areas for red soil.
Yeah.
But it does definitely spills over to like Jalisco, that kind of area.
Yep. Okay, we'll see if I'm correct about
but the
this
blue
one.
agave. Oh, okay. Well, Nairit. Well, you also get blue agave fields there, so that makes sense.
That kind of
that area is,
yeah,
very
surrounding Guadalajara. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Still a good score. Still a good score, definitely. Okay, and that's also drier than I would expect for Nairi as well, which shows up as quite green on the map. So good to know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I always go Jalisco there.
Right.
Maybe we could have clicked closer to Nairi, but I'm not sure how we would have gone on that.
Okay, this one I think I have an idea from our playing before. I'm just looking at how like green it is on the side of the road here.
Yep.
And the combination of that with a very red soil here. I'm thinking that this might be Michoacan red soil on account of the undergrowth. I guess the other option here would be Oaxaca. So
okay.
What do you think?
I think this is a classic kind of bait that gets a lot of newer players.
Okay.
So this is in fact Yucatan Peninsula.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. What is that crop actually? Just out of interest, can you look at it? Is
it actually corn? Yeah, it is actually corn, I think.
That makes sense. So there's a few things to get Yucatan Peninsula here. But the most notable is just the shape. This is just a very kind of distinct area you have to know. Look at the shape of the hills. Do you see how they almost, I don't know how to describe this, but the hills they're almost like bulbous or something. Once you've seen these hills enough, you will know how to describe them. But the more important thing is we have almost these red fields and kind of agricultural, quite a lot of agriculture combined with these kind of slowly rising hills. They're quite low, but they're distinguishable by their slow risingness, I would say.
I see what you mean here, especially
So, like, if you looked away from these hills, I think maybe you would think of Yucatan Peninsula. Maybe, like, if you just look at that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could definitely click like around here, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you have hills like this, the only area in the Yucatan Peninsula that's significantly hilly with these kind of low-rising hills is like northern Campeche near Yucatan.
Okay.
So, and it's also very agricultural there.
Okay.
So I think it should be around there.
Campeche.
So that was a long-winded explanation, but it's hard for me to explain.
I mean, these types of rounds where I would really send the wrong side of the country, they're the ones that you need the good long explanation for, because I'm quite simply looking again here. If you look in this field, the way it's so wild and kind of strange looking in the white trees, I can see it, but the rest of the round, honestly, I still think I get it wrong. So it's good to know the explanation there. So let's see if I'm right. Nice, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
So it's an area you have to recognize. The key features are the red fields, the slow rolling hills, and that's about it. Yeah.
So is it actually red soil or just it is, I guess, red soil.
Yeah, it is. It is red soil. Yes.
Okay.
And red soil is usually Campeche and Yucatan over Quintana Roo in the peninsula.
Yeah. Good to know.
Okay,
so
what do we have?
Quintana is normally just like a white soil. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, kind of undulating hills. Lots of coconut palms here.
Oh, excellent. Maybe our theorem from before will suffice here.
Yeah. So we were talking about that being kind of like a more south coast kind of vegetation, or just coastal.
Yes.
And we have the white car as well. Interesting. This is very green, and there's a lot going on vegetation-wise. I could see like Oaxaca, Guerra, or something like that working quite nicely here, I think.
Yes.
I'm looking for architecture, see if we can see any like grey bricks or anything. Looks like we might be using some. I could see Oaxaca working quite nicely here, perhaps.
Okay.
Maybe even
Yeah,
chop
yeah.
us. I don't think that's out of the question, right?
No, it's not out of question. In fact, okay. Well, maybe just look at the architecture again.
Okay, let's see.
Architecture is quite helpful. There's a bit of red brick, isn't
Yeah,
there?
that's.
I think
I think that right there might be some, yeah. Or that is,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So that definitely would lean you more towards the west, right?
Mhm.
In general,
Mhm.
as you know, and so I would lean against Chiapas because of that,
Mhm.
and also against Oaxaca.
Okay.
So my thought here is definitely Guerrero would be my first thought.
Mhm.
Now there's another interesting and pretty useful meta, but you got to have caution with this one. You look
Yeah.
at the road lines. Do you see how there's do you see how there's like a black outline on the road lines?
Oh yeah, I do.
So there are Guerrero road lines when the road lines are kind of a undashed, unbroken line,
Mhm.
and you have this kind of black tar externally to the road lines,
Mhm.
then that's a very good meta for Guerrero, Sinaloa, and Durango. So
Mm.
however, the fact that the lines are broken in this example makes it less consistent, but it's
Okay.
still a decent hint that you could be in Guerrero, I would say.
Very interesting. So you're saying like, so it could be like, are we talking also outside lines might have that too, or is it just the inner lines?
It's just the inner line that has this kind of tar on the outside.
Yeah.
If you want a good example, I have one in doc. You can just go Guerrero
yeah,
tar.
sure. Let's see. That's oops, have some locations. Tar. Down.
It should be there.
Down.
I think it's called tar. I hope I called it tar. Tar road
yeah.
lines.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
classic
true.
example.
Mm.
And so this is one of the best road line metas in Mexico. This will be Guerrero, as I said, Guerrero, Sinaloa, and Durango.
Interesting. So a kind of diverse mix of states. They're very different looking from each other, so it's quite useful.
Yes. And so so we kind of have this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, a more fake form of it, but it still is a good meta. And then obviously we have the coconut palms as well, which I said is a metaphor. We were saying before is a metaphor Colima / Guerrero most often. So definitely, I would go with Guerrero here.
Okay,
just somewhere close to the coast. There you go. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, clean, dude. That's that tar roadline meta. That's an interesting one. I'll definitely have to, because it's like one of these things. There's a lot of these metas. I just got to look for it. But if I forget to look for it, then it can be difficult. But yeah, that's a nice one for sure.
Yeah. Very useful.
This
good round. Yes.
Okay, so first things first. Let's ignore the pavement and look at this. So we got the agave. These are the more blue variants, I would assume. And looking at the field, that would make sense, I think. Are you agreeing with my analysis there? Let's look for more.
I am not. I'm afraid. I think they are pulk agaves.
Okay.
They're not blue agave. So the distinguishing feature.
Green,
they are green, and also blue agaves. The leaves tend to be a lot spikier, I would say.
Okay.
You can see that these leaves are almost curling over, and they're quite flat, right? So. Definitely, when you see this kind of curling over leaves, green leaves, it should be a pulk agave.
So that makes me think in all sides of Mexico City, especially the northern half.
Correct.
Okay, so rock walls I think makes sense for that as well. It's quite dry here. We have a lot of pines, which makes sense. So everything's feeling good in that respect, and of course have lots of cacti as well. The red soil, that's interesting to me. I mean, vibes-wise, I kind of thought of Puebla, and I think we did mention that that's kind of a state that has quite a lot of cobblestone sometimes. But I don't really know.
But it's. What's your guess in Central?
I guess I would go. Okay, we do have some like tufts of grass. Are we thinking Tux color for that?
I think that's fake. I think that grass is not
fake
the real
grass.
kind of grass. Yeah, I'm afraid it looks similar, but it's not.
It's more of a weed than a proper grass.
Yeah. So you're definitely right about this being central because of the pulk agave. So around CDMX is certainly correct, but I think we can get a very specific guess here. There's a lot of clues. We have prickly pear first of all.
Yeah.
Now prickly pear. Okay, that's not really useful, but generally speaking, it won't be like state of Mex. It'll be the drier states near CDMX because, as you know, State of Mex is like quite green, right?
Yes,
Like you get a
yes.
lot. Okay, so that's that. Now, the most important meta here is the pavement. The pavement, this is cobblestone pavement, or
Mhm.
I call it Western pavement in the dock, because
Okay.
it's actually very common in the west of Mexico. So
Mm.
it's very common in Jalisco, Nayarit, and Colima. Those are the states where it's the most common.
Mhm.
But there's one more state where it's common. It's Querétaro, and
Okay.
Querétaro is in the center, to the left of Hidalgo.
Hidalgo's there. Querétaro, right? Gotcha.
Yes, so that is a state in which this pavement is also very, very common. And the other thing about Querétaro is it has a lot more red soil than a lot of
Mm.
the other central states.
Mhm.
So that's another good clue. And now
Mhm.
there's a further additional meta,
Let's go.
which I want to try it out. It might be
Mhm.
fake,
Mhm.
but I noticed recently that in southern Querétaro, you tend to get a lot of rock walls like this in Max
Okay.
South Querétaro. So I
Max
think it
South.
might
So
be there.
this kind of area
Yes,
here. Like, should we like send inside here maybe?
I think that's a good guess. It'd
Ooh, I
be
like this.
crazy if we got it. Yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of combining three metas here for a really accurate region guess. I like it.
Yes, yes.
Let's see if it pays off. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's
Very clean.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that meta is extremely good, the Querétaro pavement, or I call it Western pavement. But when you're central and you see that pavement, I would always click Querétaro as a general rule.
So alternatively, so we mentioned like a kind of a Puebla cobblestone when we were playing offline. So what was the difference between that one and the one we just saw?
Oh, sure. Maybe just take a look at the doc because
Yeah, let's take a
it's
look.
all in the.
Yeah, so
Just if you just search Puebla pavement, I think that's what it's called.
so that's the western one we just had.
Yeah, that's a western one. Oh,
So-
yeah, it'd be above this, I think.
Yeah,
Puebla
sure.
pavement.
Puebla
There it is.
pavement.
So,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, the round we got before, I was just a bit confused because we saw that cobblestone pavement in like Puebla, which is very unusual.
Right.
That's,
Oh, that's right. Yes, I got confused too.
Yeah. But
Okay.
but there is a pavement meta for Puebla, and that's this.
Yeah.
And this is actually even better than that cobblestone pavement.
Mm.
This is even more accurate,
Right.
and it'll be in Puebla and Tlaxcala.
Okay, and then the Oaxaca one I've seen before. Okay. Let's let us go back into the game. Nice. Great score.
Let's ask. Yes.
So we're on a pretty stonking score right now, especially if we can get the state here.
Yes.
This definitely feels like CDMX area. I'm just saying, like, with all, how green it is, the kind of makeup of the trees here, we're not too far from the city, I would say.
I certainly agree. There's
I'm
some
looking
good clues here.
for some architecture now. We don't even have brick there. We do have, though, some of the non-tequila one. I still don't remember the names.
Pulk agave. Yeah.
Pulk, yeah.
P-U-L. It's like pulk. I don't know how to pronounce
yeah.
it properly, but
Yeah,
pulque maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So, and this one's very green, so we're kind of leaning more towards state of Mexico or Mexico City itself, I guess.
Yeah.
State of Mexico, most likely.
I think. Yeah, like that's a good guess. I would say, look, in general, we have a lot of red soil. I think I was mentioning to you before that's more of a Michoacan characteristic.
Yeah, true.
So, I would probably lean Michoacan just because of red. Maybe we can look at the architecture a little bit.
Yeah. So this is what we had.
Is that some red
tile
brick?
groove. I don't think it's red brick. I think it might be wood actually, or something.
Oh, okay.
Can't
Yeah,
quite make it
maybe
out
you're
there.
right.
These ones are this all kind of like paved over or whatever. So interesting.
I mean, yeah. I'm not sure. You would expect to see more red brick in Michoacan, but just a red soil. It'd be quite unusual to see this much red soil inside of Mex, in my opinion.
Is it perhaps also maybe looking more red because of the pine needles though? That's one thing I'm
Oh,
wondering.
yeah.
Look at that.
That's an interesting theory.
Mm.
Well, what about? Okay, but that's surely red soil, like there. Oh no, maybe that's pine. No, what about to the south?
Oh, this
directly?
this kind of looks
Okay.
right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see that.
like that. I don't know for sure.
Kind of hard to
I'm
tell,
pretty
eh?
sure. Yeah. I would definitely say it's more red soil.
Okay.
I would go Michoacan near state of Mexico. Yeah.
This kind of area,
'Cause
maybe.
Yeah.
maybe more. Let's go there.
Sure. Looks good.
Okay, just over.
Ah,
Good
just
score.
state of Mexico.
Again, great score. 21? Yeah, 21k, nice.
21. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, in that round we did have Pulkagava, as you said, and that will very rarely be over the border in Michoacan because obviously we're looking near CDMX, so it's good that meta works. We are near CDMX.
Yeah. Always silver lining.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I mean, this round still I'm kind of blown away by, but the rest of them, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Once you've seen that a few times, you'll recognize it, as with most things in Mex.
Okay, this looks like Texas. Yeah, so, I mean, initial vibe would just be to go to Mulapus just because of the Texas vibe, but I guess Nuevo Leon, even something further west, quite possible here as well. Okay, and we also have American fences here with the white reflectors on top, so I think I also like that for that reason. Oh, another Google car. Kind of cool.
Follow car, nice.
Yeah, okay, you have to map this out, bro.
The only follow car meta I know, I'll just say it now, is in Tabasco, in eastern Tabasco, there's a lot of follow cars for whatever reason in that weird eastern part of Tabasco.
I've actually seen that, believe it or not. I have seen that. Like, the Google cars parked up next to each other once, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's just so obvious in that area.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, that's the only one I know, though. Everything else is a fake meta as far as I'm concerned.
So, I mean, wasn't there a pink road here? The last time, 2 times I saw that, because one time I was just practicing when you went off, I saw it in Coahuila, and then we also saw it in Chihuahua. So, what was it in Northern Sonora? No, it was Northern Sonora and Chihuahua, actually, yeah. But but this, I think it does feel more like Texas, so I think that would be my guess, but yeah, keen to hear your thoughts. I guess the mountains both sides, actually, so here instead, or here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see why. I mean, the Texas payment, the thing is, like, the main problem with the Northeast here is that we have mountains to the east, which would be extremely unusual unless you're in the center of the valley. And they also look a bit too dry, I would say, for the Northeast. I mean, they're quite big. This is a difficult round. I'm not sure we'll get it, but I don't know. What I have to think a bit more. Maybe it's like, what is that crop over? Yeah.
Looks like they were growing like pine trees or something, but no, they're not.
Tree farm.
Wow.
Look, I would definitely lean, because of how dry the mountains look. To me, they look quite dry. I would lean like Chihuahua or something like that here.
I like that because we continue the pink road theory here.
True. And okay, as a general rule, like when you're unsure in Mexico, just look at the plants as a general rule.
Yep.
So what you notice is that we don't have any tree yucca or any of that, right? So the SLP trees or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, now, as soon as you see we don't have tree yucca, that's a red alert. It probably means you're not in the Northeast. It probably means you're not in SLP, not in Nuevo Leon, not in Tamaulipas.
We do see 0 here, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So, now, in fact, we can actually go further and say that we don't see any plants of any notability. I think that's fair to say. So, this is even more useful because, generally speaking, the more central you get in Mexico, the more very obvious plant diversity there is. Tree yucca, prickly pear, all these plants are quite common in the center of the country. But the closer you get to America, and the closer you get to the center of the country, the less observable plant diversity there is, as a general rule.
That makes sense.
So that's another reason I strongly think Chihuahua here. Just to plants, and not Durango, right? Durango, there would be much more plant diversity, I think.
They kind of got more valleys, so things have a bit more room to grow, I guess. This is all pretty flat and boring up here, right?
Yeah, surely that's the reason, I'm sure. I mean, it makes sense. So somewhere in Chihuahua, where, I'm not really sure, maybe a bit more north, it's certainly possible.
Should we just give it a send?
I think we should give it a go, yeah. Why not?
Okay, nice.
Oh, beautiful. Getting the road is pretty good there.
Yeah, I mean... all you, but yeah, I could definitely see the reasoning in the end, though. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Just Pink Road, this area, so far. Just saying.
True.
3 times.
yeah, if it hasn't failed, it hasn't failed.
Factual.
Um,
Okay. Just call it zigzag
yeah.
meta in the doc. That's all I'm going to ask.
I will. I'll cite you. I'll cite you.
Okay. So we have here a white in the line. This is
Interesting.
highly relevant, right? So
it is relevant. I
yes.
believe so.
So from what Addlama has told me so far, most commonly you find that in Tabasco. Now this is probably too mountainous for Tabasco. We have actual proper mountains, so Tabasco
Roger that.
being actually extremely flat shouldn't be there. Then
That's right.
we also did see it sometimes in Guanajuato. Was the one of the other ones? And
yes,
now
there's one more.
yeah, there's one more.
It's I'll just it's hot. Yeah, there it is.
Colima, yeah, that's
yeah,
one. Okay,
that's
nice.
Yes.
Got there in the end. I probably, if I was naming it myself, probably wouldn't have. But hey, we got it.
It's fine.
So those three most commonly. You said also sometimes Puebla. Is that right?
I mean, you can get white lines anywhere in the country.
Right, okay,
It's just that those are the most common.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely where you most commonly observe them.
Okay, so we have mountains all sides here, and I think it's it kind of just the way it feels a bit Ooh, look at those. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Hello.
Okay, well that's very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I guess we still have a choice here though, because two of the states in question are not too far from Guadalajara, bordering Jalisco. I got the feeling that maybe this kind of lushness would lead me more towards Colima over Guanajuato. But yeah, what do you think about it?
I think that's very correct. Now, I would never go. It just looks way too green for Guanajuato. As you can see on the map, it's a semi-desert. Areas of it are completely covered in desert, and the other areas are semi-arid.
Yeah.
And then Colima is just completely rainforest. Well, I don't know if that's the actual description of what it is, but
green
very
of some kind.
Yes. Now, so this is an example where you kind of just have to use your judgment. Do you trust the white line, or do you trust the blue agave farm, which we saw in the distance to the west? The blue agave farm is definitely much more Jalisco over Colima. Like this is nitpicky now. Like it should be one of these two states, and because of I'm almost inclined to send Jalisco like right next to Colima because of the white line. My instinct is to trust the blue agave farm over the white line. I think that's a more durable meta because you can get white lines anywhere. So I would, that would be my instinct.
Okay, I like it. I mean, yeah, I'm not
it might be worth checking the poll actually.
Oh, yeah. So we had a wooden one here.
Not that one, but I think there's a poll to the southeast.
Longer insulators here.
Okay, so that's not a coastal insulator.
Not the coastal ones though. They would have a kind of bit of a middle bulge. Yeah.
Yeah, like a ridge. I don't know how you would describe it, but so I think because of the lack of the coastal insulator as well, that also leads me towards Jalisco. Because Colima would be where it's extremely common. Yeah.
Okay, shall we send in then?
I think we should.
See it. Okay, nice. Oh, actually.
Again.
2 Nairits in a row, yeah.
It's always Nairit. But, I mean, that area, you can't mistake it. Like, the worst you can do is, like, guess where you are in some sense. You know what I mean? It'll always be around there.
Yep.
Nairit is just so hard sometimes.
Right, yeah. It seems to be a very diverse state for how small it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, red bricks, I'm immediately noticing. But white bricks as well. Okay, combination.
Interesting.
Bit of a eucalyptus here. That's interesting as well.
Yes, my dog's noticing it as well.
She's a true blue Aussie. Or he. Okay. That is cactus.
Ooh.
Whole bunch of it.
That
Prickly
is
pear,
prickly
right?
pear.
Yeah.
Indeed. There's some agave to the left of that white brick as well.
Oh.
No, to the left of it.
Yeah.
You can barely see it, but
there.
it's there. Yeah.
Okay, is that a bit more there? Maybe, maybe.
A bit more there.
Okay, so reddish soil, dry, both architectures. This looks quite similar to a round we just had, and I'm trying to remember where it was. So this looks quite similar to the
Yeah,
Queretaro
yeah.
round we had.
Yeah. I think it does look very similar to that. I think that's a really good guess.
Honestly,
Um,
as I recall, there may have also been no antenna on the car last time as well. There,
oh really? I didn't
yeah,
notice. Okay, that
I
might
could
be.
be, I could be wrong, but yeah, we definitely had one round like that, and I noticed that it could be the same one. But I guess like
Uh,
that would make sense with the mixed architecture and the dryness, right? So
yes, I think that's a really good guess. I was actually thinking Guanajuato, but I actually like your guess better.
let's go.
If you look at, maybe look at to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's try and
That's a bit
no,
of white
there
brick.
was an agave to the south. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to make, is that what I'm thinking it is? Yeah, that's a pulque agave. So
Mm-hmm.
so definitely closer to CDMX, which leans me against Guanajuato and more
Right.
towards Querétaro,
Right.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say what you said about the mixed architecture is fantastic
Mm-hmm.
clue here,
Mm-hmm.
because when you have this kind of mix between red and white brick,
Mm-hmm.
right, it's kind of intuitive that that would be in the zone, in the middle between the west and the east.
Yeah.
And so, and indeed, you get a lot of that mixed architecture in Querétaro, state of Mexico, and very notably in Morelos, that kind of tiny state that no one's heard of, south of Mexico City. Yes. So that's
I wish I
one
lived
of
in
the
Morelos.
that's one of the only ways I know of to get Morelos consistently is
Okay.
if you see a kind of tropical landscape and a mixture of architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's almost impossible to get that state.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this is obviously very dry. There's almost a hint of red soil, like into the north.
Yeah, I saw that. You're right. Where do we have that a bit here? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Just like the other round, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Also had it. Yeah.
So I think it's Querétaro. I agree with you.
Let's check it out. Nice.
Brilliant.
Same area. Very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no rock walls though, but that's all right.
Yeah. The last one was like right here. So yeah, just barely 10 kilometers away. Nice.
I mean, that's the best feeling when you get a small state like
Oh
that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm proud of myself there. That's good.
Yeah. Well done. Okay.
Okay. So a lot of golden grass here. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
this is interesting.
intriguing to me. Yeah.
Tough cookie, I think.
Okay, so maybe not typical one of the typical golden grass areas.
No, this is a thing that takes practice, but you'll notice that in the golden grass areas that I've outlined in the dock, it's very lush. It's like very noticeably just spammed everywhere in
Right.
fields. This is not the same. You can almost see that the grass here is almost thin stemmed, right? And it's not as bunched up together, right? You can almost
Right.
see.
So
this
is it kind of the difference between a weed and a grass? Because a lot of this has like little heads on it, whereas I'm assuming the grass you mean might not have that. I'm not sure.
I think you might be right. Yeah, so I think this might actually be a weed and not a grass.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not really sure
Sure.
how to technically distinguish them, but
Yeah.
yeah, so you could be right about that.
Okay, so what I'm noticing here is a ton of pines. That's
Right,
for sure.
right.
Everywhere.
So what does that make you think? Like
Well,
closer to?
yeah, CDMX is like the main pine area, I would assume. Although you can definitely see it a fair way away as well.
Yeah.
So I really wish we had more architecture here. I'm sure you're saying the same.
Yeah, there's some architecture. I think there's enough to go off, barely.
That's a kind of colorful
what is that?
house.
It's like a yellow brick.
Yeah, painted yellow, I think.
New brick type discovery.
Unlocking new levels, let's go. Okay, yeah.
Take you long. What about that house? Is that white brick or?
Yeah, this one's kind of just cement, I think.
It's not even a house. What am I
Bruh.
talking about?
Okay, well, I kind of thought... Wait, I don't actually have a really strong opinion here at all.
Yeah,
But my thought was, like, is it, like, maybe, like, a really interesting, like, Puebla, like, northwest Oaxaca? Or are we looking at maybe something even, like a Guadalajara, maybe? A Jalisco or something? I'm not sure.
Okay, this is quite tough. So I could be very wrong here, but my instinct is that it almost looks like that there's some like of the Tlaxcala tufts of grass to the north, almost like north and northeast. Yeah, like kind of there. Yeah. No, it's more to the west, above that black field, that black field.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, kind of there as well. Yeah, and to the east more. I actually saw a good example just below that tree. Yeah, no. Do you say? Oh God, this is
Which tree?
absurd to me. There's a, yeah, like north. Okay, that tree that you're pointing at.
Yeah.
Yeah, north of that, you see the greener trees.
North of
To,
it.
to
Okay, these
above
ones.
that,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
north.
Oh yeah,
To the
these
left.
ones. Yeah. Oh,
Now
these little
under that
tufts.
tree.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So somehow I managed to describe where that was. So that's yes.
Wow,
That
this
that looks like Tuxcala grass.
this is
I don't
getting
know how
schizophrenic.
it really is. Look,
I see
look.
it. I see it. I see it though.
I know somehow I noticed that when you were panning around. So look, I would on the lack of any other information here. Look, there's nondescript. There's no red brick. Okay,
Yeah.
so you could go west here.
Mhm.
I think that there's a sufficient quantity of like I don't know golden grass or whatever to make me think that this is some dry Jalisco coverage or something like that. But
Mhm.
it's not. I don't think it's there.
Okay.
I think it's just Tlaxcala.
Dude, I actually like honestly I see it. Like I do see it with the landscape as well. So I think it's right. I'm calling it.
I'm mainly going off those tiny tufts of grass and the lack of meadows for other areas. I could be wrong. We'll
No,
see.
no, no, no. I'm like 80% sure you're right. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see
Okay,
it.
let's see it.
Come on. Yes. Dude, it just
Okay,
looked
well,
like it. Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
yeah. Those tufts of grass, they do work. They do work.
That's a
You have to
great.
have keen-
That's got to be like a top 10 meta of all time, bro. I don't even know how that works so well.
I know it's ridiculous.
Bro, how,
I-
what,
I-
what, when did you just, when did you just like, oh yeah, these tufts of grass, yeah, I'm feeling like it's there.
I'm gonna be honest. That's the kind of meta that just came kind of subconsciously to me after
Yeah.
playing a lot of Mexico. I didn't scan for it particularly or anything. I just kind of noticed. There's just some metas that you just notice when you're playing countries like that. I don't know.
That's a crazy one. Look at this.
Yeah,
Okay, next
yeah. I
one.
don't know. That's a whale or something. I don't know.
Oh. Okay,
okay.
you want to hear a fake ass zigzag meta?
Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to.
I was like, I played like an afternoon in Mexico one time, just practicing.
Yeah.
And I thought that these black poles showed up in Veracruz. So let's see if I'm right.
I think I remember that was you mentioned that in your GC video about Mex, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm afraid that it's on the other side of the country.
Yeah. I can see that was probably going to be the case, but had to mention it.
Well, I'm sorry for spoiling it. Maybe you had but you thought it was Veracruz, did you? Or
Oh,
is that your
not
idea?
this round. I just noticed when I was playing.
Okay.
That I saw them there a few times. I think it's more likely to be like this area here, I guess. But
Okay.
yeah, let's see if we have any we don't have any rewritten lines in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Very red soil. That's interesting.
Yeah.
now. I'm thinking
Yeah,
this
I
is
did
Oaxaca.
Okay.
That's my prediction here. Let's see.
Interesting.
Mm.
This is a great round. I'm glad we're getting these rounds.
Yeah.
So, the classic round where it looks like anywhere, but there's actually a meta that basically guarantees a single state.
Is it
And
this
that
one?
meta, yes, it is. But
Mm.
the other pole is a better example of it to the east. No, to the east. That pole. So,
Okay.
it doesn't have an insular on the other side. So that's strange. So, the fact that the pole is wooden and we
Yeah.
have the insulators kind of suspended below the top of the pole.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very characteristic feature. Actually, maybe you can just look at the doc for this. That might be
Oh yeah, let's do that.
easier. If you just search Sinaloa pole, so that ruins this, that spoils the state.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Sinaloa pole.
oh yeah, that not there. That's the fake minute. Okay, yeah.
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
this one I recall. Yeah.
Yes. So for whatever reason, the insulators are chopped in half in this example that we have,
Mhm.
but I have noticed that sometimes happens in Sinaloa. Generally speaking, 95% of the time, when you see a wooden pole in Sinaloa, it's going to look almost identical to this.
Right. Okay.
And this pole is a great meta for Sinaloa and Sonora as a general rule.
Mhm.
It's a very good meta.
I've actually used this meta before. This is one someone told me before.
Right. Yeah. So the important thing with this meta is make sure it's not concrete.
Right.
Because if it's concrete, that can be a number
Yeah, I've
of
seen
places.
it around the place. I think I've actually screwed it up by trying to send there with concrete poles with this style of attachment. Yeah.
Yes. The crucial feature is that it's wooden. And I don't think a lot of people know that.
Right.
So that's crucial to remember that. But yes, so it should just be Sinaloa, the round that we had, just based on that. Yeah.
Okay. Coconut palm makes sense as well. Coastal.
Oh, why is this not Sonora? Well, it's too green, in my opinion.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah,
it
Sonora,
could be either-
you don't even see anything on the coast that's actually looking green on the map, so that makes sense, I think. Probably more so down this direction, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect.
22.
Score.
Ooh. Not too bad, my G.
Nairit continues to be our Achilles heel, though. Somehow.
Sure. We have to beat the Nairit demons. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, so that I wasn't necessarily expecting to see. Is that actually one?
Yes, it is. It is a
puka.
A puka agave. Yeah, puka agave. Yes, it is.
Puka agave. Oh yeah. Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I was expecting to see when I saw the landscape.
Yep.
Okay, let's think about that then. So kind of dry hills here, almost like SLP looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
Prickly pears as well.
Yep.
I would say this is actually just SLP.
Maybe. Yep. I mean, correct.
Yeah.
It should just be SLP. There's a lot of good metas here, though. We'll just quickly go through them. So the Pulk agave, as you said, you weren't expecting to see that there, and that's because, it doesn't look like CDMX. And if you look at the map of Pulk agave, the only other area in which you find it is the area around San Luis Potosi City and extending a little bit further to west towards Aguascalientes, which is that tiny state there.
All right.
So this kind of band is the second kind of area where you can find Pulk agave. But other than that, it's only there or CDMX. Now, the other really good meta here is to the south, directly south. We have a cactus. Very, not that one. To the right of it.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Yes. So, this is a very cool cactus. Generally speaking, you can see it a lot clearer, and it's called a blue myrtle cactus. And this blue myrtle cactus is very common in SLP, by far most common in SLP.
Okay.
Now, hopefully we get another example that's clearer, but just look at a doc if you want another example. So that's the other clue. Now, blue myrtle, you can also find it in Hidalgo and Querétaro, but I mean, as we've established, it doesn't look central. So
yeah, indeed, it's just the white sand just doesn't fit, right?
Yes, and there's quite a decent amount of prickly pear as well. That's more
also
of
these
an
hills.
SLP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the hills and the what's it called, the tree yucca.
Yeah.
As well. That's much more SLP over Querétaro or Hidalgo. You see that, and it's just
your decision is made easy, so to speak.
It's made for you. Yep.
Shall we guess in the Parque Nacional? Maybe not.
Let's do that, despite the fact there's no coverage. Let's do it anyway.
Like a boss, bro. Like a boss. Okay, nice. Good then. Oh, okay. We have this poll again.
Oh, okay.
I recall this one. Is it not the same?
I'm afraid it is the same, which is a bit bad for me because I don't think it's any of those states.
Okay, but most common SLP.
Yep.
Zacatecas, Durango, but not
Correct.
there potentially this time. Okay.
I don't think so.
WA Bola.
Oh, nice. Very good. Russia, Western Russia.
Yeah, true. Western Russia. Ooh, okay. So we had this you might call golden grass, might you?
I think you might. So this is actually a different kind of grass, but I'm curious where you think this is.
Okay. I know the white outer dashes are probably relevant to the answer here. We have an SLP.
Very good.
Tree.
Yep.
And I would say out of the options, this is probably further north rather than further south of the band of three we looked at. Just because it doesn't really look like valley vegetation to me. Even though I guess Guanajuato is probably possible, but not really to me. Then I would probably just be leaning Chihuahua. Even though the road is not pink, distinctively not pink. I don't know. I'll just if you're saying it's not those three, unless it was like here, then I would probably just go Chihuahua.
Okay, well, So another great round. I'm glad we're getting these rounds. So
Yeah, yeah,
a lot of metas here.
yeah,
If you ignore the poll, so sadly that poll is there.
yeah.
That's really completely wrong. It shouldn't be in this state.
Okay.
Look, it's not one of my favorite metas. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
Okay.
that poll is
It's a
sometimes
cheeky one.
baity, but
It's a cheeky one.
it's a cheek. Yeah. The best meta here, however, is the grass, as you were pointing out. Now
Okay.
this. That's a good example of it there, yeah.
This
Like
stuff here?
where it's really no, to the left of
This
it.
one.
No, more to the left even. Like
Also,
that.
oh,
Yeah.
these brambles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how it's almost like silky. It's hard to describe it. It's kind of like silky, tall grass.
It almost has like a wheat head on top of it or something. Is that at all?
Yeah, wheat grass. Maybe I should
Yeah.
call it that.
Call it the wheat grass. True.
Uh,
We have this in
and there's-
Australia. Like, you know, the one.
What's it called? Do you know?
No idea. It gets stuck in your it gets stuck in your socks. The
Oh
things
yeah,
on
I
top.
know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's better example to the east as well. Anyway,
It's
this
right.
yeah,
Right,
that's a
yeah.
decent example.
There we go.
This silky grass is a very good clue for near Texas as a general rule.
Okay.
Now, you said Chihuahua. I can see why you'd think that. I would say generally it's not dry. It's not dry enough for Chihuahua, but also the better clue is that we had a tree yucca, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Oh, true. I forgot about that one. I made my guess. There it is.
So yeah, just remember that Chihuahua, generally speaking, you won't have any very
Sure.
noticeable plant life like that, and tree yucca is just more eastern, more northeastern anyway. So, look, the silky grass makes me think it should be Nuevo Leon or Tamaulipas. One of them.
Okay. So we can call it the mini Kyushu grass.
That's a great name, or wheatgrass, whatever you prefer.
Okay. TM. I'll try to remember both of them. Okay.
Trademark. Yeah, get a patent for it, I think.
Factual. The mountains here are not that big. I noticed. So maybe
Yeah,
this is like
look.
more so. That's very flat out there. Though.
Oh wait, the Mexico players are about to shout at me. I have to check the road quality for Tamaulipas Road.
We have some
is this-
Bulgarian road here, but
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is dashed outer lines.
yeah, the dash is
Now-
on you. There was something.
Yes. So these are most common in Zacatecas, Nuevo Leon, and Tamaulipas. It's never Zacatecas.
Zacatecas,
Just
Nuevo Leon, and Tamaulipas. You say?
Yeah. But to be honest, I wouldn't even put that in your brain because
Sure.
you can find them anywhere.
Yeah, sure.
You can find them anywhere, but they're most common, definitely most common in those three states. But that's like a confirmation signal rather than a meta that you should use to get the state.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Look, why do I not? I lean more Nuevo Leon because I don't think we have like typical grainy Texas pavement. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a Tamaulipas pavement we mentioned before.
All this western stuff. Yeah, we can go here. That's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Right on the border.
Got
Okay, fair enough.
Got it.
Yep,
Easy.
that works. Yeah, a lot of metas there.
Ooh, this is fun. This road's slightly pink, but it's not
What
north.
It's not. It could be Chihuahua. It's possible.
Gotta think of it. Wait, that would be like a wild US border if it was.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so we have like an abundance of pines here. That's really interesting to me.
Yes.
I'm really not sure what to make of it because we basically have nothing else to like kind of get the sense of the vegetation. I think.
Yeah.
Like black rocks, is like almost a bit volcanic or something. I don't know.
It's an interesting round.
Okay. So if I wasn't trusting the pink road, then bro, I don't even have any good idea here. I don't even know if it's north or south. I don't think it's south. I don't think it's south because I feel like I'd see at least something greener happening, some more vegetation on the side of the road, maybe.
I agree. I
Okay.
think this is to me, this is a typical northern pine forest.
Yeah.
The reason I'll explain
Okay.
later, but well, I mean, look, where in north would you guess, like just Chihuahua or something, or what?
Okay, well, yeah. Again, like I guess like my kind of like for some reason I had the thought of Durango, but I don't know.
I think that's correct.
Okay.
So,
nice. I know Durango's like really rocky, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's contributing to. I think that there's two things here.
Hmm.
So first, why is it a northern pine forest?
Yeah.
I think what you said is actually a good description.
Hmm.
It's not green enough, but there's something about the pines themselves. Now, I haven't looked into pine species yet,
Yeah.
so I don't know how to actually distinguish them in a way like Geonebulia would, or the
Yeah.
plant guy that you had on the.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not that good, but um, these pines, they are much more stunted than I think the pines that you generally get in the south.
Uh-huh.
They're shorter. The needles kind of spread out more almost.
They're like a
Um,
pom-poms or something. It's kind of interesting.
yeah, I think that might contribute to it as well.
Hmm.
The bark on these pines tends to be darker, I would say.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I see that.
uh, but it's
They're
mainly the
quite dark.
stuntedness of
Mm.
them that leads me towards the north.
Okay.
Now, in terms of where though, in the north, the crucial matter here is for
The pink
me
road.
it's the
sorry.
road lines actually. Yeah, the pink. I wish. But if it was pink road, you could send Chihuahua here. But I mean, maybe this is a pink road. I
This
can't
is
even
halfway.
tell.
Halfway.
It's a half pink. That means it's Durango, right?
Dude, bro, we're cooking
Dude.
too hard. They're gonna ban us. Okay, what about the road lines then?
Just
How so?
the fact that they're double yellows makes
Oh,
me
okay.
think much more Durango over Chihuahua.
Oh, that's
basically.
fascinating. So, what could you say about single versus double like, across the country?
Very little. However, there's some localized emitters. Like, for
Mm.
example, when you're trying to distinguish between northern pine forest state, generally speaking, a northern pine forest will be Durango or Chihuahua,
Hmm.
right? And more specifically, western Durango and western Chihuahua, because
Yeah.
that's where it tends to be very green.
Yeah.
And within that kind of within that paradigm, I would say double yellows are much more likely in Durango.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. So maybe like this kind of what does the coverage go to? Like this kind of area, maybe, or further north?
That no, where there is some further north, but where you've clicked is exactly where I'd click, pretty much. There's the most of the pine coverage is there.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, I don't know where this lines up. Yeah, surely.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
Wow. That's an interesting round. So it's another W for Pink Road, obviously, as we know. But honestly though, like I don't think we're gonna see it south, so could still
You know,
be
I've
something.
been thinking. I haven't seen it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Oh, a beautiful round here. This is exactly what I want to be seeing.
Okay, so very dry initially. Oh, we have lots of succulents. These are not. Well, these are also on the dock, right? These mini ones.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
Yeah.
are. And they're not book agaves, which is
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
were about to say, I think. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I was gonna say they're not. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. Oh, double pull there.
Yep.
Trying to remember where they were.
Says
I can't. I have zero clue where they were.
No, yeah. Look, I'll just tell you this. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you'll
go.
agree. That agave is quite rare by almost any standard,
Oh,
but
was it like a Oaxaca? No. Okay.
no, not
You tell
quite.
me.
It's no. This is rare. Like,
Yeah.
if you get this in the World Cup, I'd be shocked. Like,
Yeah.
But it's if you zoom in on Guerrero,
Mhm.
it's very localized to it. East of that city, how do you say it? Chilpancingo.
Yeah.
Chilpancingo. That kind of area east of Chilpancingo, Chilapa de Alvarez, that kind of city.
Virus, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of area is exactly where you'd expect to see this agave. So it's called agave cupreata,
Yeah.
and it's basically it's mostly found in Guerrero. Technically the distribution extends elsewhere, but you're mostly seeing it in Guerrero.
And this
The
is
way you
very
dis-
dry.
Yes.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, the way you distinguish it is it's very difficult, but with practice you'll notice that all the leaves kind of curl inwards, almost like a cup, and that's why it's called cupreata. So it's hard, but
To be honest, this look quite different to the pulk agave that we have been mostly seeing. If that's what we're distinguishing from.
I'm glad you think so. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that is definitely what we're distinguishing
Okay,
it
yeah.
from.
So that one looks kind of more similar, but this one, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
actually, I don't know what the hell that is to the left.
some
What
kind
is
of
that? So yeah, so this is it. Just should be there.
Yeah, no, actually the other two look more similar to me, especially at the distance. This one kind of just looks like a little circle, so it's a bit different, I think.
Yeah, yeah. If you can recognize that, you can get some insane guesses in Guerrero. I mean, it's very localized.
For sure. I like it. Sometimes you get those little menace, they're some of the funnest.
There's actually a lot of those. Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of those in Mexico. There's
Yeah.
actually a lot. So which is one of the reasons I like it so much.
Definitely, dude.
As a
That's a
country.
sick one. That's a sick guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we can also cook up here and get a nice score. See.
Yes, we can. What are
okay.
we looking at?
So we have actually a lot of white brick here. Or is it?
Interesting.
It's not like
Yes,
the
it
typical
is.
big cinder blocks, but it is white
It still
brick.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And on top of that, it doesn't feel too east because it's so dry.
Interesting.
Unless this was Oaxaca, I guess.
This is a tough cookie.
Yeah, so I'm now looking for some red brick to see if we're like mixed or something. Or if this could even be elsewhere completely. Well, that might be some red there.
Tough to tell, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, what else can we do then? What else can we do? Bit of pine action there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting plant.
Some pump. I think I have a thought here now. Took me a while, but what's your thought?
Just going off vibes rather than like metas. I thought it kind of looked like this area, but I guess if we're taking into account the bricks, then maybe like a weird Puebla or something like that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay,
so
nice.
my initial thought, funny enough, was also Guanajuato, but it's just never going to be there with the architecture.
Mhm.
Like you simply get much more red brick in Guanajuato. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this is ever there.
Yeah.
So the white brick, and now it's similar to that other round. If you remember, we had before where it it looked like Guanajuato, but we went Puebla because of white brick and it worked.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
do you remember?
yeah.
I think this is just that again.
Right.
So I would click Central Puebla near Tehuacan or something like that. Like that city, yeah.
One thing I also thought of, and forgive me for this, but we don't have an antenna, and the last two times that was also in Tlaxcala, so just a thought. I guess it's too dry for that, but yeah.
Could it be Tlaxcala? Is there now in Tlaxcala you often see volcanoes? So are there volcanoes? Is there a volcano to the south?
I don't think we saw one.
Look, I lean more Puebla here for reasons I cannot really explain. Maybe we can check for Puebla pavement. Like, is there any hexagonal pavement? Or...
True. I also did look for that. Yes, but don't think we see any. Right? Yeah, it doesn't appear to.
Unfortunately,
have any.
This is so sad. I mean, we're still probably right. I think.
Yes, I think so. I think so too.
Unless it's some bullshit, it's always possible. Oh, for
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
It was very dry, huh?
Jesus Christ! Wait, look at that again.
Yeah, let's have a look.
How is that there? Wow.
Should we take a look up the road or something?
That's a real tough one. It's dry, but like Puebla can be dry. Like if you look at Puebla, it's
right.
I couldn't tell you. There's no red brick. There was one thing was there's some look.
There was a mud brick, this one here.
Yeah. So that you sounds like you know that. It's very often in Durango, but also over the border in Zacatecas is definitely possible.
Okay.
But I'm shocked by that round. That's a real interesting one.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like I definitely like these ones have really been consistent, but I do notice they are smaller bricks here. These are not like they are the kind of bricks. These are more like red brick shaped than the typical like chapas. You know how they kind of use those bigger blocks or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if that could help you.
That's a bit schizo, but I think I know what you're getting at.
Yeah,
I kind of can see it, and but I think probably the thing is you also get mud brick. It's much rarer, but you also get it in Puebla as well.
Right.
So I almost took that as a confirmation signal, frankly, of Puebla.
Word. Here's some more.
Yeah. But definitely the most common area for mud brick, which I think is the best meta here, is Durango, and over the border in Zacatecas. So
Right. Oh, so here, yeah, here's some more. Like, yeah, this is more typical South, I guess.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Hard one.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. Whoops. Okay. Interesting.
We just skipped around. Nice.
Thanks, Geoguessr. Oh, yellow flowers everywhere. It does have a bit of like a Yucatan vibe, I guess, just with how white the soil is.
I would agree very strongly. This is almost certainly Yucatan. You can see the kind of gumbo limbo trees that we were talking about.
Yeah. So that's not one there, but this one is here. Yeah.
I think they all are.
Oh,
well, actually, no. That's too thin. That's too thin.
That's
stems,
too thin.
but
Okay.
yes, I think so. The thicker stem one should be a gumbo limbo.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize they got that thick. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Well, they might both be. To be honest, I'm not an expert yet.
It's kind of waxy. The leaf here is also interesting.
Waxy leaf theorem.
You know, I'll be cooking. Okay, this is.
Let's try.
This is yeah. I mean, it's not like blinding white soil.
Yeah.
So I guess we can just send Yucca.
Okay. I do actually have a state that I prefer here.
Yep.
I would say, well, yeah, no, I would say it should be Campeche, I think.
Oh yeah.
Why? Okay, it might be Quintana Roo. I would guess, yeah, on the border of Campeche near Quintana Roo, exactly where you are.
Yeah.
The reason is I've seen a lot of these yellow flowers there.
We had a few of these rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, like near, what was it called? The city of Veracruz.
Classic.
Classic. So, and I think this patchy. You see this road? It's very patchy. This I associate with color more, but that could be completely fake.
Okay.
These are just metas my subconscious is telling me about.
Yeah. Okay. I like those. I like those types of metas. The best.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yep. Still a pretty accurate guess. 4K points is always nice.
That
Ooh,
works.
very red soil.
Okay, couldn't be more red. Okay, a pulki.
Yeah, we have
A
a
pulki
pulki.
agave.
A bunch of them. A
bunch of pulkis.
Ooh, like a
bunch of pokies.
Like a Estonia pole top. Interesting.
Estonia fall. Free.
Very
Okay.
free,
Oh, there might
very-
be some pavement actually to the west.
hello.
There might be some.
Ooh,
I
that
think
could be a bit of Puebla, no?
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Bit of white brick here to add to the theory.
I think that adds to the theory quite nicely.
Yes.
So I think we are looking at Tlaxcala or Puebla. Now, which one is it? Because it's possible to distinguish them.
Have an antenna.
We do. But wait, did you say you didn't think that's Tlaxcala or?
Yeah, Tlaxcala normally had the no antenna car so far.
Okay, I was thinking this actually is Tlaxcala. Maybe I'm wrong though. The reason is because of the red soil, which is actually
super red. Wow.
It's super red, and this seems quite rare in Puebla from my experience. And this is in the dock. Maybe there's some Tlaxcala grass as well.
Oh yeah, let's look for that.
Because actually, yeah, it's a pretty insane, as you know.
The craziest but best meta.
One thing I'll mention is the poll.
Yeah.
This meta is, again, I would say it's a confirmation signal rather than a meta you should go off.
Yeah.
It's not in the dock, I don't think. But the trident pole with these kind of mushroom insulators, this is quite common in Tlaxcala and Puebla. And you also get it elsewhere, so be wary.
Yeah,
be wary.
Quite a bit of eucalyptus going on here as well, interestingly.
Interesting. Yeah,
okay,
look.
So at least send Tlaxcala then.
Yeah. I just sent Tlaxcala with the red soil. Could be over the border easily. Okay,
Nice.
there you go.
Very good. Okay.
Never missing Tlaxcala today.
Dude, we actually 3 for 3, right? So that's
I think so.
nice. Also the antenna. Rest in peace.
True. Yeah.
Okay, Yucca vibes. Yucca vibes could still be
agree.
further west, but
What does that sign say? Any readers or that's cringe?
nah, reading is so cringe for everyone now.
Oh, true. So true.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that more of like a?
I don't know what that
using-
is. I'm afraid.
If I was the guy, I would say no.
No, tell me.
If I was just going off my fake ass but never practiced Mexico manners. It kind of looks
Yeah.
like something I've observed in Campeche. But
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
that's probably wrong. It's probably just Quintana Roo based on what it looks like.
Oh, now that you've said it, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, look, the blinding white soil, it's quite
Yeah.
blinding, isn't it?
It is.
This automatically leans you against Yucatan. It's also undulating.
Yeah.
So Quintana Roo or Campeche, my instinct is when I see white soil, I automatically favor Quintana Roo.
Yeah.
So I would just click somewhere central in Quintana Roo, but that would be my punt.
Yeah. No, I like it. Let's get this right.
I think you probably would have gone there as well without me saying
Whoa!
anything. What the okay, wow. Let's have a look at that again.
I did say it could be further west.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, this is
wow,
a wild round.
That's extremely wild.
I guess it was like super diverse vegetation.
True. And
in a way that doesn't quite feel all the way east, but still. There's the pole. The alleged Campeche pole, which is
jeez.
apparently in Oaxaca too.
If we saw the architecture, it'd be much easier. Taxi, I don't know that. This is a really tough one. Blinding white soil is just usually, I guess there's something almost that looks not tropical enough to be, well, no, that's fake. I don't know how I'd describe it. A little bit more temperate, maybe.
Yeah.
What
Grass
does the
is a bit
science?
more, I don't know. There is grass.
Does the sign say Oaxaca? Just out of curiosity.
Let's see it.
No. It says Campes. It says Campestre. Campeche.
Campestre. Nice.
Campes.
Stay classy.
Would have gone. We would have gone
leading us to
Campeche.
leading us to the bait clues. Wow. But that's why reading is cringe, bro. Straight up.
It's true. It's true. It doesn't work. Look, we had banana plants there, but honestly, there's very little there that I can tell you about. That's a strange round.
Yeah. Hard.
There's always one of those in every Mexico seed.
South Africa.
Yep.
Thick road lines.
Ooh. Okay, this is a good one.
Well, we have a pink road, so I'm immediately knowing the region.
I actually think that it's right this time.
Yes,
Not
I
to
know it's
spoil
right.
it, but it's never wrong. True.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a classic Chihuahua. We have the mountains are. I think you saw like a Lesutuan ridge on some of them.
Oh yeah,
almost.
true. Yeah, look at that.
Yes. You can see that they're very devoid of vegetation.
Mm-hmm.
And the plants as well as a kind of sanity check. Don't forget to do your sanity checks. There's a lack of distinguishable plants. No prickly pears. No tree yucca. Right.
Yeah.
So this is a good clue for Chihuahua over the other northern states. Obviously, this is northern. Pink Road also, I think, is the best meta that there is in this round. So I think we should just trust
I think you're starting to talk some sense right now. Let's see what it is.
I'm cluing in. Okay, time to add that to the doc.
That's what I expect to happen.
Okay.
Oh,
What do we
Cambodia.
have here? Cambodia, is that true?
Oh, hello.
Oh, what are we doing there? I'm
That-
not sure
that- is
that
that-
should be there.
Yeah.
It is a Michoacan bowl,
Yeah.
but this might not be there. Let's look around more.
Okay. So vibes are kind of like, I can see like Chapa, so I can hear initially. Something like that.
That's
Maybe. Oh, a bit
interesting.
of red brick though. Okay. So maybe a bit more west.
This smells like a tough cookie, but we'll try and crack it.
Yeah. Okay. Bro, the tough cookies. They smell good for a reason, bro. It's the nicest one to eat.
It's a smell of learning. It's
Exactly.
a smell of learning.
Another red brick.
Okay.
The evidence is starting to mount. Addlama.
I would agree. Okay, what else is there here? Okay, so what?
So you got coconut palms too.
Coconut palms, corrugated roofs, quite poor-looking houses.
Yes.
All right, let's look. Maybe is there any pavement? Was that like cobblestone pavement beside us?
Oh, hello.
No, not that. That's I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Like, yeah, on that road is that? No, that's not pavement. I'm
We have
just.
a little stack of stones here. It's quite an east feeling
Okay.
thing as well. I feel.
Um,
Back of the sign.
Black back of the sign. That might be a meta. Not that I know of it.
Okay,
Uh,
I Oh yeah, was this something?
You can
Oh,
check the
something
place, actually. I just remembered.
Oh yeah. Do we have anything?
To the south.
These are pretty far, huh?
Oh, what is that? I am not sure of its identity, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you thinking? You were gonna say.
Oh. What if that's not out of place and it is here? Something like that.
It's certainly possible. So don't forget that
I don't see any mountains. Okay.
Yeah, look. The red brick, the insulator. I think it should be. So remember that insulator is Michoacan, Colima, and Veracruz. So it's not only Michoacan. The thing is, Michoacan, there's actually very little coastal coverage in Michoacan. There's like one road. This makes me think it's Colima more.
Okay, okay. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Now, when you said Chiapas, though, that threw a spanner in the works because I was starting to think, like, it could be. Like, Chiapas is a coastal state. You can see the coastal insulator there.
Yeah.
It's much less likely, though, than something like Colima. Look, even so, we do have red brick.
Yeah.
So this is more west automatically.
Yeah.
My inclination is definitely still Colima. There's no mountains, which is a bit sus, but
yeah.
Maybe there are mountains.
Yeah, I mean there are we do see hills to the north.
Okay.
But that fits for everywhere. That fits for everywhere we're talking about. So, yeah.
Sadly. I think it's Colima or Michoacan. That would be my best guess. This could also be some weird bait. I hope not.
We'll see it. Oh.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
no way. Really? Okay.
Really.
Well, that's
okay, one more seed, shall we do?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
No, this has been so fun, Addlama. Thank you so much.
I'm glad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a great time. It's essential. Oh, no.
Oh, we had that too. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, we ignore that.
It's still right. It's still 3 states.
100%. That's good enough.
It's strong meta. Okay, so wooden poles combined with concrete ones here. So this, if it was wooden, we would be saying that's the Sonora one, right?
Correct.
But does it always have support beams as well, or does it sometimes not?
Almost always it has support beams.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. So
Okay,
this is not that.
I mean, actually, the road is almost a little pink here. I have to admit. But I thought this was maybe Baja Sur. Looking if I can see anything. Or what color's the card blue? I think the other option to me would be like Sonora. That would be my 2 thoughts. Yeah.
Okay.
And if I was trusting the road, then I would go Sonora.
I thought this was Baja Sur until like 10 seconds ago. Then
I mentioned the pink road.
Although that might maybe that's mainland and not Baja Peninsula. Like
okay.
Just as a baseline. But what I noticed is that this is a meta in the dock. We have beside the road, you'll see there's a golden grass, and it's lining the road.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. Oh yeah, this. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So this is generally as I told you before, golden grass is most concentrated in like Coahuila, Zacatecas, like the southern kind of area of Zacatecas. And also Sonora, and then what was the other one? Nuevo Leon. I said those out of order, but now I was thinking just Coahuila here. The reason is there's a few reasons, but we have a lot of white sand. If you notice, there's a lot of white sand. But the best meta is what I didn't finish saying is notice how the golden grass kind of lines beside the road. This is generally a good meta for Coahuila. It can bait sometimes. In fact, I've seen that in Baja Sur as well, which is one reason I was thinking that. Yeah. But generally speaking, when it's lining beside the road so distinctly, I think it's Coahuila, and even more specifically near Torreon, which is the westernmost city in Coahuila.
Okay, so we are bordering pink road states, is what you're saying to me.
What I'm saying is that this is a pink road spillover.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see.
So,
well, that's satisfactory then.
Yeah, indeed. Now, the other thing I'll mention Oh no, go on.
I was going to say, does the presence of these wooden poles concern you at all, or anything for that
Okay, so
area?
you actually it adds to my theory because while those poles are by far most common in the Baja Peninsula, which is
Mm-hmm.
one reason I thought Baja Sur
Mm-hmm.
initially.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I mean, unfortunately, that meta is just negated by the golden grass. The golden grass lining beside the road, it's just a very powerful meta. It
Mm.
generally doesn't fail for Coahula. So I would trust that over the wooden pole. And I know that you do get wooden pole bait in Coahula
Okay.
sometimes.
Interesting.
So
Cool.
the other thing I'll mention briefly is notice how we do have the poles you pointed out earlier, the
Yep.
Sinaloa-like poles that are
Yep.
concrete.
Yep.
When you see them and they're not wooden, this is still a good sign, generally speaking, for northern Mexico
Sure.
as a general rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in the peninsula, but northern Mexico. So
Yeah.
just as a general rule.
Yeah, I think I've seen them in Sonora before, just from my memory. Yeah.
Yeah, in Sonora they'll generally be wooden, but you certainly can get concrete. The other thing is there's an asterisk there because you can find them randomly around the country.
Right.
But so that's why I wouldn't emphasize this meta too much. But when you see these, it looks like a desert. Yeah, you know you're in the north somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Nice, dude. And
Over
even
the border.
look at that. It's still undefeated. The pink road meta is fully undefeated, bro.
I'm trusting it more and more every day.
Crazy that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have some Paraguay
Okay.
palms. Interesting.
Yeah. Or
Bit of
something.
reddish soil. I have to say the road is kind of pink here. It's a bit. No, this is not pink road there.
No, this is fake pink, 100%.
Yeah, I would say this is fake pink road. Don't need to worry about that. It's a red
Very
brick.
good.
going
That's
on.
red brick. Even though it's a little hut, you can still trust it.
Yes. Okay.
In fact, there's
car.
more red brick down the road. There's quite a lot of it.
Yeah. I saw that. Yep.
So that's very trustworthy now.
Okay. Good. It's very agricultural and quite flat.
Yep.
Yes, and while it doesn't feel CDMX Valley, it does have similar vibes. So my thought
Interesting.
is Guanajuato,
Okay,
followed
okay.
by Jalisco, followed by Hidalgo. No,
Okay,
maybe not
okay.
Hidalgo even. Maybe even like something a little further north or something.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty good. I mean, I think my opinion is Jalisco, but I'm not sure.
Mhm.
So what do we have here? Well, the basics are the red brick, right?
Mhm.
The lack of pulque agaves or any of those succulent plants that you see around CDMX.
Mhm.
That immediately makes you think. I mean, to me, CDMX is impossible here. I can't
Yeah.
ever seeing it be near CDMX.
Yeah.
So, the agriculture in general, you get more agriculture the further west that you go.
Yeah.
But you really don't even need that. You can just look at the plants. Like a lack of succulents is almost always more west, and the red brick is crucial. So the red brick just instantly the flat kind of dry landscape. Guanajuato or Jalisco, Michoacan would be more green.
Yeah.
And now the reason I think Jalisco over Guanajuato is, what is the reason? Can I articulate this? I'm not sure. Actually, there is a reason. To the west, the so-called Macau palms.
Oh yeah, the Paraguay ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually queen palms. They're called,
Okay.
and they are most common in Jalisco. So that's the reason I'm thinking of Jalisco.
Should we say?
Yeah, just central. It does look like Guanajuato a little, so maybe central Jalisco near Guanajuato or something. I think that's quite good.
Okay.
Oh, just Guanajuato. Okay, that's all right.
Fair enough. Nice. Okay. Place names cringe. Let's take a look.
That's very cringe. Luckily, I don't know those.
True. Otherwise, you could look real smart if you wanted to.
Yeah. I
Oh,
wouldn't commit a
interesting.
fraud
Yeah,
like
true.
that.
Oh, that's a bit of. Is this a bit of SLP action? Yeah.
That looks like a different species to me.
Yeah, it's slightly different. The leaves going down a bit further or something.
Yeah, they're almost a very dark green, which would be unusual for tree yucca.
Okay.
Bit of prickly pear. That's somewhat useful.
Okay, and huge mountains.
Oh, okay.
Well, so we're looking at Monterey area here, aren't we?
Correctamundo. I think I can't see anything else.
We also saw wooden poles there before, so that's fitting nicely.
True. Yeah. Should just be Nuevo Leon.
Yeah.
Exactly what you were like literally
Like that.
Monterey, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, outskirts somewhere. Okay.
Oh, okay. Somewhat south.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how to region guess that area other than lining up the mountains?
Oh yeah. True. I mean, these are all the biggest in Mexico, right? I assume.
Yes, yes. Is it the biggest? Yeah,
Or
I
maybe
think
there's
it is.
something west that's bigger.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on this trivia. There's
Well,
a
I would
lot of
assume
big
so.
mountains. Me too, yeah. There's a lot of big mountains in Oaxaca as well.
Yeah,
There's some
Oaxaca.
stunning cliffs in Oaxaca that look even better than anything in Nuevo Leon. I'm not sure that they're taller.
Interesting. We'll look it up after.
Yeah.
A bit of pink road action here again. Again, this is just maybe from the soil there on this occasion. It's the reddest I've
what do
seen,
we have?
I think.
Very red. Very red. Interesting
So,
one.
that pole top. Now, I'm trying to remember if that's something we've discussed in this region. Probably not, right?
Well, we did mention it, but it's not a very trustworthy. It's not in the doc, so it's not a trustworthy meta.
I can think of one trustworthy meta that's not in the doc that should be.
What?
I think you know.
I can think of several. Also, the zigzag Veracruz pole. I mean, come on.
Oh, true. That one's a day one OG snobbed meta. You know. Okay.
Of course.
I don't know. So super red here, combined with very tropical looking.
Right.
Okay. I have an idea. Is this maybe the kind of region you're talking to me about around Cordoba with the red soil there?
I think that's exactly where it is. I think that's exactly where it is. The simplest explanation is the extremely red soil.
Yeah.
Almost Martian soil.
Yeah.
It feels like so the main red soil areas we've discussed, Zacatecas, Oaxaca, and Michoacan.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also the very localized areas in Veracruz where red soil is common, and those localized areas are around Cordoba and also around the other city named the difficult to pronounce one, that one, Coatzacoalcos. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, because it's mountainous and we have the kind of deep red soil, I think you're right.
You're right. And I kind of thought that as well because it kind of looks like they might be growing stuff around here. And you said that was a fruit growing region, didn't you?
Yes.
So
I think it's just there, frankly.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. Okay, wow.
That makes sense. I've actually seen rounds like that there before.
Every so often you get baited. That seemed clear to me, but I guess I'm not sure what it is here.
Yeah, it just kind of feels. I can see it. I can.
I mean, those areas, I'm yet to figure out how to distinguish them consistently. There are some plant metas you can use, like there's a yucca called, I think it's called the spineless yucca, which is much more common in the Veracruz mountains. We didn't see that here.
Right.
But I mean, it's hard to explain that to you unless we have an example.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of bait. It's just a very tough to distinguish those two areas. It looked maybe almost a bit too tropical for
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can just see that making sense. Yeah,
but tough. I don't have many other thoughts than that.
Yeah, true. No, tough one. Okay, last round. We have Lesotho Mountains and Pink Road, so.
Okay, well, is that just a guarantee? Now, this could be sus, sir. I'd look around a bit more.
Okay.
Although doubting your Pink Road meta has not been a very good strategy, has it?
No, it hasn't. So I have to say, there's a lot of like we do have some.
Oh,
of these.
there are three. Okay, well, it probably is not Chihuahua then.
Yeah. Sad day. A sad day.
No, look, we saw Pink Road in Durango as well. Remember? Yeah. So because it looks. There. Yeah, Lesotho Mountains. You can get them in Durango as well. Spill over Lesotho Mountains. Okay. Look, that meta's not in the dock, so it's a bit of a sus meta, but it's just something to keep in mind.
Divided highway. That must be something as well, I imagine.
As far as I know, not really.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, something.
But yeah, you did think it looks like Chihuahua. I think it looks like uncanny Chihuahua, which probably means Durango. We have the tree yucca, we have the Lesotho and mountains, but if you notice, the mountains are they're more densely covered in vegetation.
Definitely,
Some of the mountains we're seeing. Yes.
Yeah.
So, generally speaking, the more densely covered in vegetation, the more south when you're region guessing the northern desert area.
Yeah.
But
makes
the
sense.
best clue here is the tree yucca, definitely. So definitely, this should just be Durango,
Okay. Then.
somewhere central. I don't think it's too close to the city.
Yeah, it's probably.
Maybe a bit further than that, but yeah. Okay.
Meta survives. The meta survives.
Yeah, that's
Let's
fine.
go.
That's fine. Okay, maybe we should add it at this point. It's pretty durable. It's pretty durable.
Well, you can do some more testing. I wanted to do before I let you go. I wanted to just do a couple of 10-second NMPZ games, and then you can rate my guesses, or we can just see how I go.
Yeah.
See if there's anything obvious to pick up in that time. I just like doing this.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's fun.
It's my favorite mode after all. So
I played as well. Yeah, it's good fun.
okay. Oh, so we have CDMX polls here.
Excellent.
Just go like that. Okay.
Oh wow, that's surprisingly in Morelos, but yeah, it's still around CDMX.
We'll take it.
That poll is extremely consistent.
Okay, that poll. Yeah, so pretty central here. The road's not pink, so I'd probably go. Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's good. Oh,
yeah, good guess. Really good guess. That one road is actually very distinguishable. You can look at it if you want. Oh, you want to just go quickly?
No, I'm gonna have a quick look because otherwise, what's the point?
Sure,
okay,
sure.
Here we are.
This road is like one of the only roads in Mexico I memorized because it's just it's unforgettable. There's so much tree yucca.
Yeah.
It's the only road that's covered in eastern Zacatecas. There's no other roads covered there.
Damn. Okay.
And yeah, the fact that it's divided, the angle is always pointing north or northeast. So you just see this and you know it's that road basically.
Okay, nice. Look at that. Cool.
But your guess is very good there, so
thank you. Okay.
Don't fret.
Let's see if we can get a 20k. That would be crazy.
Be nice.
Ooh, hard. I don't have any vibes here.
What is
too
this?
tough.
I don't know. Oaxaca would be my guess.
Oh, it's colorful buildings. Oh, okay.
Jeez. Okay. Well,
that's pretty tough, I think. Colorful buildings more for the coast, though, right?
Yes.
Well, I was just hedging between the coasts. That's what I was doing.
Not true. It's a good strategy.
Nah, yeah, that was gettable. It's possible.
The problem is the coastline's too big. Like I would have gone Oaxaca, as I said. I don't know. That's a hard one. 10 seconds.
Ooh. So then, I know the region here, but I'm just gonna go here. Oh no.
Okay. Yeah.
No, too hilly. It's too hilly.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I never go there. I would go Veracruz though. The thing is, it was. If you look, wait, maybe.
Let's have a look
again. Look. Yeah, so look, coconut palms are really not all that common in the Yucatan Peninsula. And you also notice, correct, red brick will almost never be in the Yucatan Peninsula.
True,
almost never.
True.
So
okay, didn't pick that up.
I would not go Oaxaca, although the road quality being extremely crap does lean you towards Oaxaca over Veracruz, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Makes sense. The last one here, this is free.
Yeah, you got it. Somewhere there. Somewhere there.
17k is
17k is not bad.
Solid. Okay, let's go for a couple more. See if I can improve on that.
Yeah.
This is red brick architecture.
Yep, architecture.
Yeah, just go like that. Nice.
Very good. I mean, the architecture meta, it's a really good one. Red brick is just, it
that's
works
super
really
nice. Dude, I can't wait to destroy people with this. Like, it's nice.
A lot of people don't know it still. I mean, as far as I know, I did discover it, but maybe other people were aware of it.
Dude, regardless, it's clean, and you're the one showing it off, so let's go.
Very, very clean, yeah.
Ooh, yes, this is easy. Campeche rocks, bro. Nah, this is on the border again.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, in terms of region guessing Yucatan, that's where I just kind of don't care, you know. It's somewhere there.
Yeah, good enough, Scott. Good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. No pink road. It's also extremely dead.
Yeah.
I'm trusting my meta, bro. Okay. Let's go here. Okay.
So that is gettable. So look at that. I'll just teach you that quickly. Well, we did have the silky grass that I mentioned before.
True. Yep.
So that's always, basically always Nuevo Leon and Tamaulipas. But we can actually say something more about this.
Yeah.
The fact that the silky grass is so brown This to me is always indicative of Nuevo Leon over Tamaulipas.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's the one that's gonna take a bit to learn. I think we should do one more before I go to the World Cup to see how much I remembered or something. If you have time.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for this. Okay, that is.
Oh, beautiful
tough.
meta here. Beautiful meta here.
I don't.
I don't think you know this one, but
let's go like that.
It's a very good meta. It's Oaxaca. Yes, it is. Okay, so this is a great meta.
Didn't
I'm
pick
glad
up
we got
anything
this.
there.
The speed limit on the road is very common in Oaxaca.
But what is that? It's not a speed limit though, is it? It's just the kilometer marker.
Oh, sorry, the kilometer marker.
Okay.
I think it can be both a speed limit and a kilometer marker. But when it's written on the road, it's it can be elsewhere, but I'd say it's like an 85% meta for Oaxaca.
Right,
something
Oaxaca
quite up.
Road speed limit. That's nice.
Correct.
That's nice. Okay,
it's very nice. Yeah.
And I was gonna say beyond that. No, I don't really have anything to say beyond that. But yeah,
that's in the doc.
Meta. Yes.
Yeah, true.
It's not gonna be a good score now. I have to go again after this. Oh.
Yeah.
Square ball. Architecture would put us in Puebla, I guess. Actually, we'll see.
Ooh, this is interesting. I do like that guess. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Good guess. Very good on the last one.
Bro, the Oaxaca. If only we got that. Oh, this is.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is such. I could maybe see this working.
No, I think that's really good.
Let's try.
That's really good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, fantastic.
We haven't even had a single one today. It didn't look like anything we had though, so I was like.
Yeah. That's the naughty guess. Really good. I mean, that's just vibes. There's no metas there. I don't know what to say.
We had like a cactus as well, so I didn't think it would be too far north, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Prickly pear is generally central.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Ooh. Okay. We have the golden grass.
Yes, the silky grass. That's right.
Try this. Ooh, not bad. Not bad.
Nice. Very good.
Okay.
Surprisingly, there's Gen 4
right
there.
It's not a state streak. Screw this, bro.
Nah. Yeah, look at the border.
So dumb, bro.
The arm of Tamaulipas or something. I just don't know why they would draw it like that, bro.
I want this 20k. Come on.
It's very possible.
Oh, we got that. Yeah, this is easy, bro. This is easy now.
Yes.
It's very flat, so I'm thinking of clicking more so this direction. I didn't see any of the northern
okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the same place as we had last time. Yeah.
So you are right. There were no boojum trees, so it's never.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Never,
yeah.
It's never Baja North if there's no boojum trees. With that much cactus and the lack of boojum trees, never Baja North.
Dropping 2.5k, no.
It's a disaster, but it's not that bad. You got the state.
Yeah, got the state.
When it's that flat and you see those cacti, those are called cardon cactus, and they're very, very common in both Baja California North and Baja California Sur. But where you guessed in the reserve, there's actually a what is the yucca called? How have I forgotten? Let me just quickly check so I don't misinform you.
Is it on the dock? Shall I show?
Yeah. Yucca valid. That one. Yucca. Where is it? Wait, no. It's somewhere there. Just scroll down. Yeah, there you go. Yucca valida. So this is extremely common in the reserve in Baja California Sur. So if you don't see it, you're quite unlikely to be there. You're quite likely to be further south.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So no yucca equals just guess central, basically.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Flat.
I like it. Okay, nice. Ooh. Pinkish road, eh?
Ooh, I know this, yeah. I'm thinking max north or max east Chihuahua here.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay.
That's good.
Very good. Yeah, it worked again.
Bro, this is legitimately hella useful, no? It's working so good.
It might be insane because Chihuahua can be one of the most difficult northern states sometimes. It can look similar to others. There were actually yucca there, if you want to look at that.
I was also thinking another reason I went is just because there was nothing going on. This is so dry.
Yes, it is very dry. It's
single yellow too.
Single yellow, yeah. If you look at in the distance, there might be some yucca.
Oh, like these ones. Yucca? Yeah, these ones. Okay.
Yes,
the
fatties. Wow, what species is that? I'm not sure if I can tell. It's very anomalous to be in that, for that to be in Chihuahua. I wasn't even sure if it was there. If I saw it, I might not have got
Oh, we got the
Chihuahua.
cross. Let's go.
Oh, no way. Oh,
Pog.
oh, that's brilliant. That's just what we want to see. Yeah, I mean, there you go. That
Oh,
guarantees
this is the
Chihuahua.
greatest round of the day, I think. We had the pink robe, we had the cross, rare
Beautiful.
Yucca. Yeah, this is truly good. Dude, I could be on a 4 streak right now if it was normal borders there.
Yeah, if only they drew the borders in a rational way. What are you going to do? But yeah, that cross, I'm surprised we actually got that in a round.
Okay. I mean, this is just Guanajuato. Don't worry about it, bro.
I like it. Yeah, very good.
Dude,
Very good.
that's a nice game.
Oh, you actually got trolled by the stupid border. You actually did.
And actually, if I just like sent south here, then, bro.
Yeah, that's free 20k. We were really close to it. And somehow you managed to differentiate Aguascalientes and Guanajuato, which is... I don't know how you managed that. I always mess that shit up.
What can I say, bro?
Yeah,
I do have 16k games, so, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go one more.
Impressive.
I wanna. Oh, bro. Oh no.
Oh wait. Oh.
No idea.
What is this? I feel like I know this now.
Okay.
Wait, is it Chihuahua or... Okay, Coahuila.
Yeah, let's forget about that. I mean, I'm
That's
sure there's something to get it from, but...
Oh, I just realized, yeah, there was golden grass beside the road.
Oh,
lining.
true.
Yeah.
Word. Pinkish road. I would maybe think like southern Campeche here from some reason.
I just go Yucatan. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you got the state.
We'll take it.
Rock walls are
Rock walls,
generally much more
should be sending north. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Ooh. Okay, grassy here. Grassy it is.
This one's a brain bender.
There.
That's not bad, I think.
Ooh, let's
okay.
go.
You got the state again. Nice.
What? Wait. What streak am I on? 4.
I think 4.
Or
yeah.
5, maybe 5. I think it was round 2 that I missed that.
Yeah, you messed up one of them. No, you'd be on a 5 now then.
Oh no, well, yeah, I messed up the one between. That's true, actually. Never mind.
Well, yeah, Michoacan. Just remember, in Michoacan, there's very little coverage on the coast. So where you click, there's almost no coverage.
Yeah.
And also, even if there was coverage there, you generally see a lot of coconut palms in that area of Michoacan. So it gets very tropical very quickly. Whereas in the north of Michoacan, it's much more temperate, much more European kind of climate, which that round definitely seemed to me. So I would have clicked North Michoacan,
I got it because I looked at the difference between the grass, the undergrowth. I noticed it wasn't really like super crazy, and it was just kind of grassy. So that's why I went there instead of there.
Yeah, your guess is great.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Your logic is great. Just don't forget that Michoacan South is basically fake. It doesn't exist.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. Ooh, hard one, obviously.
Oh, I've seen this weird camera before. I don't remember where.
More or less.
So maybe Chiapas, or what is this? Okay, it was. Okay. Maybe we can look at that. That might be useful. Chiapas is one of the hardest states.
I can see that. It's got a very mixed vibe a lot of the time. It's very vegetated. There's a lot going on. I can say that.
Certainly.
Tons of different plants, just random stuff growing.
That's an oil palm, though. So, no, to the east.
Oh, to the east there. Okay. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Yeah,
true.
that's an oil.
Oh, so oil palm at the start. Yeah, we're saying that's Chiapas meta, isn't it?
Yeah, with how hilly this is, this will never be anywhere else. I didn't see that oil palm. I don't know if it was visible in the screen.
It probably was. Not. Yeah, it probably was. Anyway.
But also, wait, where did you guess again? I forgot. Did you?
I went in the tiny one, more or less.
Oh, Morelos, my favorite state. Well, okay. Generally speaking, look, we had white bricks, so it'll be more east of that, right? In Morelos, you get a mixture of architecture.
Yeah, true. These were the big white bricks too. This is like typical Chiapas, bro.
Yeah, exactly. White brick architecture is just more east. Why is it Chiapas? Look, just the oil palm. I think I did see it in the round.
Yeah. Makes sense. Ooh, a bit dry, a bit of a palm.
Ooh, that's a Sabal palm of some sort. It should just be Yucatan, right? What are we doing here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Something like that. Yeah, you get a lot of those.
Yeah, the palm makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of just looks like Yucatan Peninsula somewhere. Yeah. I don't know if I go Campeche, though. Well, Campeche, what's the correct pronunciation? Who knows?
This one, though, I was thinking more Sonora over Chihuahua for some reason. Maybe it's just Chihuahua.
Interesting.
Okay. Near the
Yeah,
border.
I thought just Chihuahua. I mean, we had the
It
pink
was pretty,
rose.
like, nothing going on, so...
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, one more. That was an
One
unsatisfying
more. Yeah.
ending.
Yeah. I mean, you got several of the states, but
Hard.
oh,
I
this
think
is
I know.
mega difficult.
Boom.
I like it. I like it.
Let's go.
Oh, what a guess! Fantastic start.
Good start.
Looks like Colombia, right?
Oh, pink. And there's a lot going on. I'm saying Sonora, baby. Again,
Oh, okay. I like
trusting
Coahuila
myself.
here.
Oh, Durango.
Okay, Durango.
Oh, that's why
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. I don't know why I was Sonora over Durango there. Just didn't think of it.
That's a hard one.
Just didn't think of it.
I didn't think of it either.
Ooh.
Uh,
Oh, this kind of coverage we saw. Well, I think it kind of looks like Guanajuato anyway. So.
Oaxaca or something, or yeah, Guanajuato is possible.
Okay.
Oh wow, okay. What? Jesus Christ. Jalisco border during Zacatecas. That's, I mean, NMPZ 10 seconds. That's what you're gonna get.
It's true. Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is like the undergrowth here is a lot, so I'm gonna try Guerrero Coast.
I like it. That's exactly where I'd go.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, good, pretty good meta. The undergrowth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want architecture.
this is tough. What is this, like Morelos?
Southern
No, it's not
Guanajuato.
there.
Oh,
It was
is.
Morelos.
Nice, cool.
Okay.
That's a good. I can
not
end
sure.
on that, bro. Like I could have gone Durango if I thought of it. That's
You
still
had some good games.
guesses.
You almost got 20 Ks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Very, and it's NMPZ 10 seconds. It's like it's impossible.
That's hella fun though. That's the only way I like to play Geoguessr, to be honest. I mean, you have to play no moving to learn, but then once you learn, then it's just fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Look, 10 seconds is a bit extreme for me. I like NMPZ. Maybe 30 seconds is more for me.
All right. So I think we might end it there. Addlama, massive thank you for coming on and for your doc as well. It's crazy
No
good,
worries,
bro.
no worries. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Pleasure to dispense my metas, and
exactly right.
hopefully there'll be a next time before the World Cup.
Absolutely, my friend. So, guys, thank you very much for watching the video to the end, of course. Massive thank you to Addlama, and we will see you guys next time. Subscribe, like, bye-bye.